Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Hawk!
Jacques,
Hawk!
what's up, folks?
What's up, ladies and
Hello,
gentlemen?
everybody here. What is good? Welcome to the pre-draft show. Man,
What's happening?
it is.
We got what? One more day? Yeah,
Yep.
one more day. We
Yep.
got one more day. Well, us shooting the video today is on a Tuesday, so
Yep.
technically we have one more day. So
Exactly. And I know there's been a lot of, pre-draft shows, mock drafts and things. And we've watched them, man. It's been awesome. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting to kind of do it kind of right at the tail end, because a lot of things
Right.
might change up. You know what I'm saying? We want to know, like, right then and there, man, this is what we think. And then the draft
Right.
is here, and then we'll look at see where we're right or where we're wrong. So I've been telling Jacques, man, I was like, man, I've been waiting to do this show today, man. I've been studying like crazy over the past
Hey, me
several
too.
days, man.
Me
For
too.
real.
This draft, man, is unique. It has good skill players. I feel like the defensive tackle position in this draft is trash. Okay, this is my opinion. So it's not as strong as years past. And I think some scouts have said the same thing. And there's been rumblings. And then you have players in here that draft stock is falling, some is rising. So this is a unique draft that's going to be interesting. And this time the teams get to actually do their homework instead of rushing and trying to figure out, hey, who we need to scramble and pick up. So you got a lot more advantages with this draft versus last year's draft. So I expect some good things. And there's been some things said, John loves his draft capital. So, hey, we're going to get into it, people.
Yes, we are. Facts. No paper. Absolutely, man. Everything you said. And as you know, last year we did a pre-draft show. We ended up drafting Isaiah Wilson, who we did not think we would draft an offensive line that high. We shouldn't have anyway, and we did, and we probably drafted the worst player in the draft last year.
Yep.
Isaiah Wilson now is making mixtapes right now, and I heard it's trash.
It's trash.
So,
Yep.
yes, that's what I heard. I'm not hating on the guy. I ain't never heard. I'm just telling you what I've heard. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's really sad. And last year's draft, me and Jacques talked about this yesterday, man. I'm on the phone shaking my head. It's like, man, bro, last year's draft was putrid, bro. It was pure, uncut, raw garbage.
Super. I mean, literally, it was only like you said, me and Hawk talked. We talked, and there was only one player out that whole draft that really, really, really contributed, and that was Tierra Tart. Now you can say Christian, a free agent, right? You can say Christian Fulton he shine here or there, but if you can't play special teams, then that's the problem, bro.
Right.
So,
exactly.
I think
Westbrook Ikane, he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Right. So the draft class last year was very questionable, and I think it's one of the worst we've had here in Titans Nation history. So where your whole draft class doesn't really contribute. And I know it's a unique circumstance due to C-19, but yeah, you know how it is, man.
Yeah, Jacques, absolutely, man. So Jacques, last year when we did the pre-draft show, man, we did a lot of, pictures live and things like that or whatever. So, even on this show, we'll definitely show some pictures of some of the players that, we want us to draft. This is the great thing about this show. It's why I love this show. I literally have no idea who you're drafting and where you're
Same here.
And I'm sure as well, when you told me you had it on a Word document, I do as well. So it's set in stone. So I can't be swayed. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If I decide to pick a kick in the first round, is that what I put? That's what I put, right?
Right.
That's not the case. But I love doing the draft show, man. And so as you all know, the Tennessee Titans have 9 picks in the draft. We have, first round pick, second round, got a few third round picks, fourth, fifth, 2 6-round picks, and a 7th. So we're going to go through each round, each pick, and we're going to go over the position that we should draft in this spot, and if we have a player that we feel would be drafted in this spot, who that should be. So this should be interesting, folks.
Yes.
Be ready.
Yes.
Be ready. So, Jacques, kick
us
off, bro. Kick us off.
All right.
Man.
Y'all ready? All right.
So the NFL, again, first round pick coming up on Thursday. The Tennessee Titans will pick number 22 at this spot. So Jacques, the lockdown corner, the great man himself, King Jacques, with the first round pick in the 2021 NFL draft, the 22nd pick, the Tennessee Titans select.
Ding, 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 ding. Trade alert. Trade alert. Trade alert.
Trade alert.
We know John Robinson loves his draft capital, right?
Right.
So this is a scenario that I can see. I don't see the Titans trading up, but I can see us trading back. Okay. So I have us trading back actually with the Jets. Just one pick down. We jump from 22 to 23, which is fine, right?
Yep.
But we do acquire some good draft capital. We actually acquired a second round pick. Evidently, the Jets like somebody that they really had to have, and they pulled the trigger on him. So with the 23rd pick of the 2021 draft, I have the Titans selecting Bateman, Rashawn Bateman from Minnesota, wide receiver.
Congratulations. So I'm gonna write down your picks. And
that's cool.
Write down mine as well too.
That's cool. So, and the reason why I have us taking this, he's, to me, in my opinion, there's a lot of talented receivers in this draft. Do not get me wrong. But he's a well-rounded receiver, and I feel like he's a receiver that's complete. He's a receiver mixed with, if we got to put a comparison to it, on our team, A.J. Brown and Corey Davis mixed together, runs crisp routes. He's not the fastest guy, but he's more of a possession, but he has speed and he has that break tackle ability. So with Bateman, I like his hands. I like his skills. He's complete. So for me, that's who we're picking with the 23rd pick of the 2021 draft. So what about you, Hawk?
So, Jacques, I know I've been telling you for the longest time, brother. So I don't have a trade alert. So that's breaking news. Man, if we get that, man, bro, let me tell you something, bro. If this was to happen like that, bro, we're going to submit that to ESPN, bro. Seriously, brother. Seriously, man. They're going to have us to run the draft if that happens, brother. So,
hey, we're going to have to, bro.
I know. But I would say I wouldn't be shocked if we were to go down a few picks to get an extra second or third round pick, probably more of a third round pick, an extra one. Because John Robinson's interview today, he talked about how important the draft is and things. He talked about that. He likes to have picks, and we got the money to sign a lot of these picks. But I'm going to stick to the script on this spot. I think we're going to keep the spot, okay?
Okay.
So I know I've been talking a lot about wide receiver in this spot.
For
the longest time, even on certain shows. And as I mentioned, I've been studying, okay? We definitely need a wide receiver. Here's the problem. I think at 22, I would love to have Rashad Bateman, bro. That's the guy I've been wanting. But I looked at certain teams. I don't know if Bateman's going to be available, bro.
I agree.
At 22, unless we trade up.
Oh, right.
We trade up. Maybe a few spots, he might be available. So, you know who I think we were picking this spot, bro? You're going to be like, you got to be freaking kidding me. And fans, it's not an offensive tackle. So just keep that in mind, okay? But they weigh about the same size. Defensive tackle. Defensive tackle. Tyler Shelvin from LSU, bro.
I like it. Okay.
Have you seen this guy, bro?
I have not.
Okay, let me tell you about Tyler Shelvin, okay? On LSU's front four, he was the man in the middle, okay? He doesn't get pushed off blocks. He's a big joker in the middle, okay? His strength is his upper body, okay? He's not a sack guy, but he holds the middle down for the most part. Now, I know the type of defense we run. Could he start? Possibly, right? We let go of Daquan Jones, okay?
Right.
We got Tier Tart right now at one of the D tackle spots. Yes, he was a good player. Do you count on him to be the starter right offhand, maybe early? But I think right now, if you could pick somebody early in the draft as a D tackle, because you mentioned this, Jock, there's not a lot of good defensive linemen in this draft, okay? Interior. So it'll push players down like a Shelvin, okay? Look at the tape. You'll see what I'm talking about. This guy is a beast in the middle, okay? Big joker, big mean joker too. I like Shelvin at this spot as the first pick of the draft. It's not a sexy pick, as they say, but when I look at it, you know their starting nose tackle is going into the season, bro? Dalen Mack. Who?
Us?
Who? Dalen Mack for the Titans.
Wow.
That's who they have on the depth chart.
Wow.
So I'm like,
Great point, Hulk.
Okay.
Great point.
I would thought wide receiver, but we did pick up Josh Reynolds. And I think they're going to ask him to do a lot. I don't know if he will fulfill that or not. But I think you can get some value at the 22nd pick, just like we did with Jeffrey Simmons. So I'm gonna say the D tackle out of Louisiana State University at nose tackle. What I just say his name was? Tyler Shelvin.
Okay. And you know what? It's crazy because it might actually happen. Now, and due to that, because of the Julio Jones rumors going around,
right,
it wouldn't surprise me at all if they pull the trigger on
That's
it.
a hell of a point, Jacques.
It wouldn't surprise me if they pull the trigger on an offensive lineman either. So none of this will surprise me just because the Julio Jones talking. They might see value in getting him and bringing him in instead of dealing with a project. So
facts. And I would tell y'all another maybe possibility, but I don't think he'll be available. If he's available, it would be Marvin Wilson from Florida State.
Okay.
I don't think he's as mean as Shelvin, but he's faster than Shelvin. He's more athletic.
Right.
But I don't think he'll be available. He's a nose tackle as well. Put it like this. I think we'll try to get a nose tackle at this spot.
Gotcha.
So that's for me first round. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Now, I have 10 picks because of the trade. So technically, I'm going to have an extra pick.
Okay.
So
no worries.
When I told you we traded down with the Jets, we got their second round pick, which was it's 34. So we picking high in the second round. Okay. So we got 2 second round picks, 2 third round picks for me, and I believe 2 6th round picks in the 7th. And so with the 34th pick in the 2021 draft, I have us taking Carlos Basham.
Okay.
Wake Forest. Okay.
Yep.
I like this kid. Measurable 6'5", 285. He's a quick joker. Quick joker on the line, right? I think it was 2019. He had 10 sacks. Okay, so he's a sack artist.
Okay.
All right. So he brings that he's a project, but at the same time, he doesn't have to start right away, and he doesn't have to contribute right away. So he's one of those players you can bring in when you need to, take out when you want to, and he has good upper body strength as well. So he's a strong joker. So I've seen some tape on him. I like what I saw, and I can just see the Titans, adding to the defensive line. Like how you got the defensive tackle.
Yep.
Hey, I got us a DL, man. So for me,
okay.
Basham, welcome to Tennessee, man.
Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. Okay. So I that's a great pick. I mean, at the end of the day, all I would say is Tampa Bay, right? Get you some wild dudes up front, man, and just go after the quarterback and let your DBs just be kind of, okay. You know what I'm saying? And let's just go after it. So, all right. So for me, like I said, I don't have an extra pick. So I'm pick for pick. Now we want to add Julio Jones in this mix, and we give a pick or something. Okay, I'm with that, right?
Right.
But so for me in the second round, Jacques, the 53rd pick of the draft. As I mentioned, we do need a wide receiver. We do, and I think this is where we'll pick the receiver. Now, there are 2 options, but I got to choose one. I would personally like a speedy receiver in this spot as a slot.
I think I know who you're going with. Keep going.
But in the second round, if you draft a slot receiver, you're going to ask him to do even more than that. Can he return kicks? Mm-hmm. Can he be a starter? Can he go? If you're asking for a second round pick, you're asking to do a lot for a wide receiver. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I want to say Terrence Marshall so bad from LSU, but that's not his game. Terrence Marshall is a 6'3" receiver, big receiver. And I actually think he will be available at this spot, as crazy as that is. I actually think he'll be there.
Me too.
I'm going with your boy, Jacques. You've been talking about him for the longest time, bro. That's that boy Elijah Moore, man.
Yep.
So, that's who I have in the second round. AJ Brown, his former college teammate at Ole Miss, has vouched for him. I think his words have a lot to say, and I think it's going to, push the organization to really look at Elijah Moore. I think a lot of teams are looking at him. I think he's probably the best small, fast receiver in the draft right now as far as versatility.
Oh, yeah.
If he's available, we need speed. You draft him. Second round, 53rd pick, number 8 out of Ole Miss, Elijah Moore. Draft him.
And he's garnering draft buzz, so I don't think he'll be there. I hope he'll be there, but you have to literally draft up or trade up to get him. Like you said, Terrence Marshall. I like Terrence Marshall, like the kid from Florida, man. There's some nice receivers in this draft that you can come in and say, hey, do what you got to do. It's a great pick, bro. That's my boy Elijah, man.
I've been vouching for him. Brought me to his, and I've seen him play. I watch SEC games. We are in SEC country. And and you was like, man, you gotta watch more tape of him. And I have been. Right. And over the past several days, I have said, man, that boy's special, man. He's special.
Yeah.
He's special.
Yep. Yeah,
And the small receivers, they got to stay healthy. So,
yep.
And that's my only scare of any small receivers, because you don't want to be a small and slow receiver, and you're not going to be the leader.
Right.
So
right. And think about this, people too. John likes to build through the draft, so this is our future we're talking about. So that's hold that away too.
Yep.
So for me, this is our original pick for second round, which it is the 53rd pick. Now the Titans have been talking to this young man. I've heard on several occasions, and they seem to like him. I don't know if he's going to fall this far. I'm hoping he does. But with the 53rd pick in the 2021 draft, the Tennessee Titans are going to pick Xavier Collins.
Okay.
From Tulsa. Okay. Yep. So they've talked to Xavier, and he's measurable, man. He's 6'4", 260, man. He's your prototypical linebacker where he likes to cover. He got 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions. For a linebacker, that's pretty decent, man.
Yep.
Pretty decent. Good measurables. He's a good tackler. He's got decent speed. And reason why I'm saying bringing in Xavier and looking at him, we need future, right? We don't know where Rashaan Evans. I think this year, if Rashaan Evans doesn't get his act together and play with that aggression and just let him loose, and I think they're not going to pick up his 5th-year option. I think Rashaan Evans will be gone. I think that'll be his replacement. We know Jayon only signed a 1-year deal, so we have to take that into equation too, because we might not be able to get that long-term deal out of him. So bringing in Xavier to give you that insurance to say, hey, we have him. And then we've relied on Junior, what's his name? David Long Jr.
Yep.
We've relied on him. Can he be that guy we can rely on for the next 3 or 4 years? No. So bringing in Collins would give you that depth. It'll give you that insurance to say, hey, we have somebody that needs to cover the tight ends or cover the running backs coming out the backfield, because we struggle with that. You know what I mean? Yep. Imagine having that extra player back there for in coverage. So it really helps out. So he actually reminds me of the linebacker from the Bills, and his name is escaping me. You know who I'm talking about.
Edmonds?
No.
Matt Milano?
Yes, Matt Milano. Matt Milano is a hell of a coverage linebacker. So he kind of reminds me of him. Not the same build, but coverage skills at that. You get 4 interceptions as a linebacker, you're doing something right. So for me, Xavier Collins.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay. Hey, man, that's facts. No paper, bro. That's a hell of a breakdown as to why we should draft him at this spot. The question is, will he be available?
And that's the problem. That is the problem with all these picks that we're talking, people. I don't think they're going to be available. That's the scary part about it.
It concerns me about him because, I think most of the first round, half the first round is going to be all offense. And then also, I think you're going to get a bunch of defensive players drafted. And I think, as you mentioned, defensive tackle, D-line's trash. Linebackers are okay. So, if a team needs a linebacker after they, pick up the linebacker from Penn State, he might be the second linebacker off the board. But we'll see. Hey, if he's available and we haven't drafted, and Elijah Moore's already been drafted, hey, man, pick him up. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are in the 3rd round. So, the 3rd round historically has been a great spot for the Titans. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Byard was picked in the 3rd round. I think Jonnu Smith was Jonnu Smith the 3rd round pick?
I want to say 5th, maybe
5th. Okay.
Let me look that up here.
I know Jayon Brown was a 5th. Then we might be talking about the 5th round being the great spot,
right?
But we have had some success in the 3rd round. Even Nate Davis last year. As when his rookie season, you know what I mean. He balled out.
He was picked in the 3rd round, Hawk. Sorry to cut you off,
but 3rd round pick, exactly. So it's been a very successful spot for the Titans. And the good thing in this draft, I think you actually get more value in the 3rd round than you can for the 1st round, because I think a lot
facts,
of players,
no paper.
I absolutely think so, man. So. I don't think it's a whole lot of talent. That's just so much more in the 1st and the 3rd. But you know what I'm saying. But we'll see. So one thing you guys will know, a theme for me, man, and is I am an SEC guy. I do believe in SEC players, and SEC players usually do pretty well in the draft and in the NFL. So for me in the 3rd round, Jacques, I know another position we've talked about a lot, and that's cornerback. Right? We got Janoris Jenkins, we got Christian Fulton, Chris Jackson. A lot of question marks, right? But at this spot, I'm taking the tall corner out of the University of Georgia, man. That's Eric Stokes, bro.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've seen this guy play. Eric Stokes has been a 3-year starter. Makes a lot of plays. I've seen him play when I was telling you about Ola Jarari, the linebacker. I was looking at all of their defensive players because, again, there's a player on that team whose father was a college teammate of mine. So I had a vested interest in watching Georgia play. They got several other guys on the defense that will be drafted. I really like Eric Stokes. He's a 6'1" corner. He's a man-to-man cover corner as well too. Very risky. He's a big gambler. At times he does bite. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to pump fakes, he will go for it. He's a gambler. But as a 3rd round pick, let's draft him. So that's my pick in this spot. What about for you, Jacques?
So we got 3rd round, 85th pick.
Yep.
So with me in the 2021 draft, the Tennessee Titans select. Y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Now, don't get mad, people, but we need one. Spencer Brown, Northern Iowa offensive tackle.
Okay.
So
All right.
not too many people know about this kid, man. I seen him at the Senior Bowl. Now, the Titans historically like to pick players from the Senior Bowl. They like their seniors. This is where Kevin Byard came from, right?
Yep.
I wanted to say, I think Nate Davis played at the Senior Bowl as well, too.
Okay.
They like specific players. This player, even as a small school, he was making Patrick Jones look like a fool. He had a hell of a Senior Bowl, man. Went back and look at his tape, man. He's versatile. You play him on the left or the right. The kid is amazing. I mean, he's like a street stump. And let me give you his measurables. You guys ready for this? He's 6'8", 311.
Unbelievable.
And he moves, and he moves very well. He's 6'8". Moves very, 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 very well. And you can get good value with that 3rd pick. He doesn't have to start right away, but he's one of those character guys where you look for with the Titans. Hey, dependable, smart football players, team first, white collar guy. I mean, he's there. He has, right? Blue collar guy. He's there. He does compete. So I can see the Titans picking him up, man. Check him out, people. If you haven't seen him, check him out. The name is Spencer Brown out of Northern Iowa.
That's where Kurt Warner went to school.
Yep.
Northern Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah, you know they like small schools too, so that's another thing.
That's right. Wow. Okay. Interesting pick. Very interesting. Hey, we do need a line. We do need some line help. We do. That's a fact. So we don't really have our depth is okay. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I got you, man. Okay. All right. So we're still in the 3rd round, Jacques. We're in the 3rd round. All right. So for me, Jacques, for the Tennessee Titans for the 2021 NFL Draft in the 3rd round, pick 100, the Tennessee Titans selects Kenny Yeboah, the tight end from Ole Miss. Okay, another SEC guy, right?
Okay.
Now, if he is available at this spot, you better draft this guy, okay? The tight end draft is weak this year. You got Kyle Pitts, and that's it. Now, you got this guy, and there's another guy from Michigan that's pretty good, too. He's not as fast as Yeboah. Yeboah was like their possession receiver. He's 6'4". He's got good height. Not as fast as John. People don't realize how fast Jonnu Smith was as a man. Jonnu Smith was underutilized, bro. Jonnu Smith was a beast, dude. He really was, man. But at this spot with Kenny Yeboah, again, 6'4", he's got good height, he's got good speed. He's about a 4'7" guy, you know what I'm saying, for a tight end at that size. That's a pretty good spot. And watch the tape. He wears number 84 out there on the field. 3-year starter as well, too. Played a little bit with AJ Brown. When AJ Brown was a little older, he was a little younger. I'm sure he'll probably vouch for him too. Again, I really like a tight end at this spot. And if it's a tight end, I would pick Kenny Yeboah at this spot, man. Talk to him, bro.
I like it. Interesting pick. Okay. So for me, we doubling down. We doubling down again. So with the 3rd round, pick 100 in the 2021 draft, the Tennessee Titans select Dyami Brown from North Carolina. Okay. So Hawk, you actually put me on to this guy, and I heard buzz about him.
Yep.
And I checked out some tape. And interesting fact, the kid is 6'1", 189. He's a 2-year starter. And every year that he started, he's had over 1,000 yards, and I believe like 55 catches he had last year. This kid is quick. He's fast. He reminds me of Elijah Moore, but a little bit bigger. Okay. And he can be. I'm not asking him to be an outside guy. I'm asking him to be more inside guy. That's why we got Bateman and we got Reynolds as well. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things that he can come in, play the slot. Doesn't have to do too much, but at the same time, he has enough speed to get downfield, to get open in space, to get in that possession. He's a more possession receiver, but he can also return kicks as well. So that's for me. We get a little size. He's a little short, but he's 6'1". Okay. Got speed on him. So that's for me, man. I like the kid, man. He's pretty dope.
Okay, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay. All right, so in the first 3 rounds, you got 2 receivers, Jacques. I'm looking.
I'm doubling down, bro.
I see that, bro.
Hey, I'm building for the future, dog. I'm building for the future.
I see, man. I see, brother. I see. I'm not too far with a receiver and a tight end. You know, we definitely need some help on the offense in the passing game. So, yeah, man.
Right.
So,
and that's guarding if we don't get Julio. If we get Julio, then it's really tripling down.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we are now in the 4th round at the 126th pick, man. So, Jacques, lead us off on the 4th round, bro. What you got, man?
Fourth round. So, Hawk, I've been talking about this kid. I think ever since the draft we started talking about the draft.
Yeah.
I seen tape on this kid. He was at the Senior Bowl. He's another Senior Bowl standout. So, with the 4th round, pick 126, the Tennessee Titans in the 2021 draft pick Richie Grant.
Okay.
Safety out of UCF.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Man. Yep.
4-year starter, man. 6 interceptions in 2018. Senior Bowl. He's 6 foot, 197. The kid has good length. He's one of those kids that can read routes very, very well. He's very rangy. And the reason why I'm picking up another safety is we lost Vaccaro, right? We do have Hooker. We have Byard. But I'm looking towards the future, right?
Okay.
I know Byard will be willing to take a little pay cut whenever he needs, but once that time comes, hey, we're going to have to draft a safety. We're going to have to get a safety. And we run a 3 safety set, especially if we're going to continue to run the same defense. So usually we tend to have 3 safeties on the field. So why not pick up a kid that can make potential plays, right?
Right.
And then once those contractual agreements or contractual talks come up with Byard, can we sign him to a long-term deal? He's getting on up in age. You have your replacement. It's almost like the Amani Hooker effect, right? When Vaccaro, we drafted him, we knew, hey, you're going to sit back and you're going to wait. 2020 comes around. He leads the one of the safeties in the league with 4 interceptions. Hey, younger, faster, stronger. So for me, Richie Grant, bro. What about you?
You've talked a lot about Richie Grant, man. You really have. And it's garnered my attention from you bringing that up. And I see him rising in the draft stocks, man. As far as a safety, some people have him as the 2nd best safety in the draft.
Yep. I don't think he'll be around. I'm honestly, this is just a mock draft, people. This is the perfect mock draft.
He goes to UCF, so he might be available. You know what I'm saying? We're in the 4th round, so it's possible. If he's there, take him. You know?
Right.
So for me, I'm staying on defense.
Okay.
So in the 4th round for the 126th pick for the Tennessee Titans, the Titans select linebacker Dylan Moses from Alabama.
Okay.
Man, dude.
Okay. Got your SEC guy.
Absolutely, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, look, when I watch college football, I watch the SEC. Now, there's going to be some other players on the draft board that I have that are not from the SEC. But, you know, I'm not drafting off like, you know, somewhat some hearsay, of course. We all, you know, look at the draft boards and things like that, you know what I'm saying, to get an idea. So it ain't like I'm just pulling a rabbit from the hat. But, you know, early in these drafts, I like to draft guys that I've seen play, like I did last year, even with Justin Jefferson. I've seen him play, say, he's unbelievable. Draft him now, right? So, you know, so when I see Dylan Moses, who wore number 32, my former football number at linebacker, 32 was worn by Rashaan Evans as well when he played, also by C.J. Mosley when he played at Alabama. Dylan Moses was a highly recruited linebacker, okay? He was like the top, I think, number 2 or number 1 linebacker in his recruiting class. And, you know, Dylan Moses played very well for Alabama. The problem with him is that he got hurt. And that kind of is probably going to hurt his draft stock at this spot, okay? I think his 40 time wasn't as great as they thought it would be, but Dylan Moses is a tackling machine. Okay, a 3-year starter at Alabama. Okay, he has two national championships on his belt too. This guy's a playmaker. Okay, he will knock your head off. So if he's available at the 4th round, which I actually think he will be, I think the injury issue is going to be a big problem for him. But I would take that gamble for a linebacker because, as you stated earlier, Jacques, decisions are going to have to be made over the next year or two for the linebacker position. And I would like for us to have some depth at that position. So I like Dylan Moses at this spot from the University of Alabama. Roll Tide, as they say, right?
I can see that happen.
Yep.
I can definitely see that actually being a reality. I can actually see that coming true.
Yeah, man.
So I guess we're in the 5th round.
Fifth round.
So like you said, we in the SEC country, and the Titans are known for picking SEC guys. That's what we do. I mean, we're in the vicinity. We are in the area, so we see as much like all these players play.
Yep.
So in round 5, pick 166, I have the Tennessee Titans in the 2021 draft taking. You guys ready for this? And I don't know if you've heard of him, Hawk. Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky. Cornerback. This kid is 6'1", 192.
Okay.
So, little known fact, story. He actually was recruited. He's from Baton Rouge. He went to LSU. I think he got into some trouble. Don't quote me on that. Or something happened, and he ended up transferring to Kentucky. He led the SEC last year with 4 interceptions. Did you know that?
No, didn't know that.
Yes. Look the kid up, okay? We know we got Asante Samuels Jr. We have J.C. Horn. We have the kid from Virginia Tech. We have some good corners coming out in this draft. The kid, like you mentioned, from Georgia. This kid right here is a feisty kid, man. He got on my radar about 2 weeks ago, and I was looking at top 10 cornerbacks, and I like looking. I'm like, okay, what if we don't put nobody in the first round? Let's see somebody in the later rounds.
Right.
Got to doing my homework. I said, who's Kelvin Joseph? Look at this kid. I said, okay, any kid that went to LSU and wore number 1, highly recruited,
right?
Star, you pretty dope, right?
Yep.
Ball skills are amazing. Hips, got smooth hips.
Okay.
Real quick, good speed, good height. Hey, to be 6'1", 192 ain't bad. People, if you haven't heard of Kelvin Joseph, check him out.
Okay.
He can be a late, and matter of fact, I think his draft stock is rising. So, I mean, they got him projected, I think, the 3 through 7. Man, don't be surprised if he go in 4 through 7. Don't be surprised if he goes in number 3 in the 3rd round. Don't be surprised. Like then when I look at the highlights, every NFL fan in there, welcome to Denver, welcome to Dallas. He looks like a Dallas guy. Like he really does look like somebody Jerry Jones will pull up and draft or whatever. So Kelvin Joseph, check him out.
Okay. So for me, with the 5th round pick 166, the Tennessee Titans selects another SEC guy.
You SEC out.
From the same state. That's offensive lineman Trey Smith. Talk to me, folks. Talk to me. Let's talk about Trey Smith. Trey Smith was the number 1 recruited player coming out of high school his senior year. Number 1 in the country. Trey Smith. Okay. Trey Smith could have probably came out as a sophomore. That's how great he was as an offensive lineman. The problem with him? Injuries. He had injuries. Now, from what I understand, he's healthy. He's ready to go. Okay. And so for him, as a 5th round pick, this would be a great spot as a project type of an offensive lineman. He's got the talent. He's 6'7". He's like 360. He's the biggest tackle in the draft. Okay. If you've never heard of him, you've never seen him play, he's unbelievable. They even had an ESPN special about him when he was in high school. This guy here is a beast. He's a mammoth of a tackle, and he's not Isaiah Wilson. He's not he's not an immature child. This is a grown man out here. Okay. I've been looking at draft boards, I haven't seen his name on a lot of things. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, watch this guy. We need some lineman help. I personally wouldn't draft a lineman very high in this draft because we signed Kendall Lamb. That's what changed the narrative for me. but I feel like you can't walk out of this draft without a lineman. You can't have too many linemen. Just like DBs and linemen, man, you have as many as you want because you're gonna need them. If you are the 8th lineman on the team, you will get playing time, whether it be a guard or tackle. This guy is a surefire right tackle. Okay, so I like Smith at this spot from the University of Tennessee. Go Vols! Absolutely,
nice.
Trey Smith.
So we in round 6.
Okay.
All right. So for pick 205 in the 2021 draft, I have the Tennessee Titans taking a tight end from Penn State.
Okay.
Pat, and I'm gonna butcher his last name. I think it's Farifmaruth. I butchered that.
I've seen,
but the kid is 6'4", 260. Now, what I like about Penn State, they run a pro style offense. And watching tape on him, I'm not saying he's Travis Kelce, but they used him in a Travis Kelce role.
Okay.
And like you said earlier, tight ends are not good in this draft, and he's more of a project. He's he has nice speed to him. So he has the speed of a Travis Kelce, not Jonnu Smith, but a Travis Kelce. So for me, what I've seen from him, he can catch, good hands, and we need another tight end. So for me, hey, I got us taking Pat F. I'm gonna call him Pat F.
Okay.
Round 6, 6'4", 260.
Okay.
Tight ends are getting slimmer and slimmer, man. Back in our day, it was like 70, 280 to be a tight end. So
right.
That's for me, man, round 6.
Let me tell you what's so interesting about tight end. Tight end of all the positions on the Titans is the one position that I'm still don't know yet. You know, I know we signed Ferkser, you know, and everything. And I like Ferkser a lot. I mean, his number's called, he makes the play. Are we ready for him to be TE1? That's all I'm gonna ask. Are we ready? We have no choice.
We have no choice, one. And he did show a little glimmer of light last year when Jonnu went down. Like I said, people, when Jonnu went down, that wrote his ticket up out of here, because now if we couldn't function without a tight end, without Jonnu, then he would have been top priority.
Right.
But since Pruitt stepped up and Ferguson stepped up, and then the offense we run, the tight end is not even premiered anymore in the offense like it should be. Like the Patriots are going to premiere Jonnu and make him a star. So,
right. Well, Ferguson better get his hands ready this year, though, because it's just AJ Brown, and we'll see. I like Ferguson, but he's got to step it up this year.
I agree.
He make the catch. Don't get me wrong. It's just a matter can he hold the whole season down, being maybe the number 2 receiver. We shall see. I hope he does. I mean, ball out, make the Pro Bowl.
I agree. I agree.
So in the 6th round, for me, pick 205. Whoo! Another SEC guy. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. All right. This guy here I've seen play for 4 years. I was a big fan of this guy. And I don't know if he'll be available, but because the DB position to me is not really that good in the draft, I like this guy at this spot. And that's Richard LeCounte, the safety from Georgia. Okay. Where's number 2? Dude is a playmaker. Do y'all hear me? Okay. He makes sacks. He gets interceptions. He makes a lot of plays. Now, I will say he's a gambler. And at times he gets beat deep at times. I've seen it. I've seen him play for 4 years. But he's a 4-year starter. Hear what I just said. He's been a 4-year starter for the University of Georgia, okay? Even the times when Georgia had the number 1 defense, LeCounte was out there playing ball, okay? Again, he wore number 2 for the University of Georgia. Watch the tape. Richard LeCounte is a playmaking safety that no one's talking about. No one's bringing his name up in these draft boards. He's a senior. He will be available at this spot in the 6th round. I don't know what he ran the 40 in, but dude is a playmaker at safety. And I'm telling you, I like him. He's a kind of a brash trash talker. And at safety, if you can get that type of a guy at this spot, even to play special teams, draft him.
Yep. Hey, I'm telling you, you going all you going all SEC, huh?
Yep. I put it like this. I like my chance if in a gambling spot. I like my chances of the Titans drafting an SEC guy in any spot. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Hey, I agree. So speaking of SEC, round 6, 215.
Yep.
In the 2021 NFL draft. Now, something we ain't talked about at all, okay? It's kicker.
Okay.
I have us taking Evan McPherson from Florida.
Okay.
The kicker. Okay.
Yep.
Another SEC guy.
Yep.
His longest field goal last year was 55 yards. Okay. But bring him in at that sixth round pick. Bring him in. We need kicker competition. That's a good point. And I don't know who's our kicker going into next year. Did we resign Kuskowski?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think we had a surefire kicker. I mean, that's a hell of a spot.
Hey,
it is
6th round.
Okay.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Look out for him.
I got you, man.
Look out for him. So I got us picking a kicker, man.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff, brother. All right. So for me, in the 6th round, pick 215. Ladies and gentlemen, he is in the Oh, no, he's not in the SEC. He's in the Big Ten. Okay. Got a Big Ten guy at this spot. This guy here, towards the end of his career, became kind of a disappointment at his school. Again, this guy was a starter as a freshman as well. And for those that watch college football, that's watched national championship games, have seen this guy play. He played with I'm trying to think the corner that plays at the Detroit Lions, the Ohio State corner. Jeff
Okoye?
Yes. Okuda.
Okuda, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy was the other corner on the team. His name is Shaun Wade at corner. Okay.
I know he's
number 24. Yep. Okay. Shaun Wade was a hell of a corner early in his career. And, last year he did not have a good season. Let's just be honest. And he was out there making plays. He definitely was out there working hard and things like that. But you don't see his name being high on the draft boards at all. I don't know why. But if I'm looking at a 6th round pick, I would rather get a guy that has potential, that's been good. He just needs to be coached up. He needs to get back to. He was a 5-star recruit. 5-star recruit. Okay. Shaun Wade was a beast at Ohio State. Okay. For those that know of the Buckeyes, know what I'm talking about. And he just kind of fell off last year, even in maybe his junior season as well, too. He had rumored to have gone out his junior year out of college. He had wanted to go pro.
I heard about that. Yep.
Yes. So I'm going Shaun Wade here at corner. Give me a corner. As I got 2 corners in this draft. Give me a corner late, man. Like Chris Jackson last year. Give me out of Ohio State.
Right.
For a 4-year starter, bring him on in here. Let's see what he do. Right. Try him out. Hey.
There's a trend here that I see amongst both of us. 4-year starters.
Talk to me.
4-year starters. 4-year starters.
Yes.
I like 4-year starters because they're mature football players. They understand the game better.
That's right.
Things just become easy when they transition at that 4-year mark versus that 3-year mark. So I see a trend here.
Yeah, me too.
So we got the last pick.
Yep.
232, round 7. Yep. Now, this guy had talked to the Titans early, okay? And when I heard about it, I went to look up this kid, and this kid, oh, my God, put up numbers, okay?
All right.
Now, people, this is going to be a little weird, all right? It's going to sound crazy. But I got us taking 7th-round pick, which he might not pan out, might not be on the team, but why not? Jared Patterson from Buffalo, the running back.
Okay. What's his name again?
Jared Patterson.
Okay, from Buffalo. Okay.
Jared Patterson. This kid, 3-year starter, 3,884 yards in his whole college career.
Okay.
He's ran for 1,000 yards each time he has started. Okay. And when I sit there and I looked at it, and I was like, hold on, it can't be right. When I heard about him, I was like, okay. And the Titans done piqued interest. I'm like, okay, I heard this kid pretty dope. Now, he's not replacing Derrick Henry or nothing.
Right.
But I said, just imagine if Darrington Evans can't get it together and this kid starts rising, we might have something. But you got to see what his tape. His tape is pretty decent. You know what I mean? Okay. But your numbers speaking. We know how the Titans are. They love numbers. They're number people. They love them numbers. So when you can put up stats, your stats talk versus, hey, what you can do with your pro day, your combine. So for me, I got to take a running back, man.
Interesting. John, I like your draft, bro.
Likewise.
I like the positions you've selected and as to why. I really do, man. So
likewise, brother. Likewise.
Thank you, bro. So for me in the 7th round, our last pick of the draft, pick 232. Is it going to be another SEC guy?
What you guys put? What you guys say?
I know what you think. No SEC guy here either, man. Actually, I'm going with Sean Wade's teammate, man, and that's the offensive tackle Josh Myers.
I've heard of him.
This guy's 6'5", 315, big, a tall, rangy tackle. More of a right tackle than a left tackle coming into the league. Can actually play some guard. So this is why I like this pick here. Some versatility. More for depth. And here's the thing. 2-year starter here. Here's the thing. If I'm going to draft an offensive lineman as a backup, let's get a guy that's a major starter at a major school and has been doing that for a while, right? Not just some scrummy whatever school, man. Like, you're going to be a backup, man. Get somebody that has potential, that's been maybe a 4 or 5 star recruit. Get him coached up, man. This guy's healthy, not a lot of injury issues, anything like that. He didn't run a fast 40, so that's why his name is not nowhere on the board early in the draft. Again, he started for Ohio State. He was very productive. All the running backs that ran at Ohio State during his tenure have done very, very well. So I like him at this spot, man. So this would be my pick. Josh Myers in the 7th round.
Yep, I've heard of him. I've seen him. Hey, pretty dope pick.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Pretty dope pick. So let me ask you this, Hawk.
Go ahead, brother.
A random question.
Okay.
Out of all these picks on both of our boards, what player do you see actually becoming a reality or getting drafted by the Titans? I don't care either round on either one of our boards. What do you see? Can you see an actual player that'll actually land? I see a lot of players that hopefully will drop. I can't really see dropping.
Okay.
And I can see a run on a lot of players, but what do you think?
I think of these players that we have right now, because here's the thing. You and I didn't pick not a single spot at the same position. We didn't. Every round was a different position. So I would have said probably if we had one at the same spot, that probably would be the guy. Okay.
Right.
So I got to really look at this and say, okay, will these guys be available at that spot? To me, that's what's going to help me answer this question. Okay.
Right.
And it's going to be tough because I think the guys that we've listed could be picked up before that, or maybe around that.
Right.
I think the one guy, man, I'm gonna give you credit on this. If there's one guy that I think could be available at that spot where a reality could happen, maybe Carlos Basham from Wake Forest, the defensive end. Okay,
right.
I know we got Bud Dupree and Harold Landry. I get that, right? Bud Dupree, we don't know his situation now, if he's 100% healthy or not. I'm not sure. But as you know, we need depth. And Carlos Basham is a very good defensive end. And I think he would be available. And I do think the Tennessee Titans in the first 2 rounds, whether it be round 1 or round 2, will pick a defensive lineman. And I think, because I have us picking in the first round, you have him picking in the second round. So I think, though Basham's the extra pick that you made, I think he would be the guy. I think, ironic, that's kind of crazy. Of all the guys, he might be the one I feel. What about for you, man?
Your first pick, the kid from LSU.
Okay.
I can see the Titans doing that and pulling the trigger. It's an odd pick. I can either see them going defensive tackle or offensive line. I can just see him do. Matter of fact, I'm expecting that because of the Julio Jones rumors would really sold me on us. Like, you know what? These jokers might end up pulling the okie doke again, because I've heard rumors that the Titans are interested in some offensive linemen. And I forgot who it is. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me. Like, okay, we picked one up. All right, cool. Yep. He better come in and start day one. He better do A, B, C, and D. His expectations, because Isaiah Wilson spoiled that for us. I think the Titans fans are like, we don't want no offensive lineman in the draft.
No, that is on the radio stations. That's all you hear. We do not want to draft a lineman. I'm talking about, that's what everybody is saying in the city, man. Like, seriously, man.
Yeah, like, you want to piss off a fan base?
Yep.
Go and do the same thing that you did.
That's right.
And see. Now, like I said, when I'm looking at these offensive linemen, they're not. Last year's offensive linemen were big. They were big, right? This offensive lineman seems like they this year have more fundamentals. Their skill set is very they versatile. A lot of them are versatile. So that's what I do like about them. But if you're gonna pick one late. Don't pick one early. Yeah. And then even with the cornerback position, the cornerback position to me doesn't have that flashy person like Caleb Farley. Now, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about and the fans about too. So you guys know about his injury and his injury history in his back. So he had surgery on his back, and I think it's been like this is not his first back surgery. So his draft stock is continuing to steadily fall. Right.
That's right.
Now he would be available because I feel like he's gonna slip to the second round.
Okay.
Would I pull the trigger on him? And I'm gonna tell you my answer. Would you pull the trigger on him, Hulk?
In the second round?
Yes.
From what I've heard, as far as his injury,
that's a back. Remember?
I know, man. That's a
hell of an injury.
It is. I haven't heard he needs any surgery.
Right.
From my understanding, he's dealt with it. I know it'll still always be there. Right. Mm-hmm. The good thing about being a corner in his back, he's not a lineman, nor is he a linebacker. So he has to use more of his legs and his feet. Now, you still got to use your back. Don't get me wrong. But that's not your primary source of movement. You know what I'm saying? So as a second round pick for corner, because in my draft, I don't have a corner in the first 2 rounds. So I'm going to say no.
I don't need.
Now, if he's available in the 3rd round, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think for me, D tackle and wide receiver are more needed for regardless of who it is. I think those are definite needs that we have, man, for me.
Right. Yeah. So, and you know what, right? Hulk, you're right. I don't have a second round. I don't have a second round DB either. And I wouldn't pull the trigger on him unless it's like you said, a 3rd or even a 4th round, because not just his back. I watched tape on him, and I'm looking at the tape and I'm like, okay, I like his size. I like his speed. Fundamentals I'm not in love with.
Okay.
Some plays that I've seen, he doesn't get his head around. He gets it around late. Now, fans might disagree with me. That's fine. I don't care. But what I see with Caleb, I'm like, if it's a 3rd or 4th round, and especially if it's a 3rd round, take him, because that way you've gotten a value. You got a 1st rounder in the 3rd round. You got value out of him.
Right.
You can potentially turn into something great. But what I seen on tape, I don't like his fundamentals, dog. I'm a big J.C. Horn fan. I like me some J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn is a competitor, and he competed against, of course, the SEC and the top talent and the top receivers. By the way, Kelvin Joseph, the kid from Kentucky, had an interception in the Alabama game. Guess who he had it on?
Who was that?
The Heisman Trophy winner.
Gotcha.
Go check the tape out. I'm telling you.
Okay.
This kid, it reminded me of Byard when Byard was making plays when they play Alabama. I said, okay, this kid is something else. I said, and he's just in position. He had I know we in Tennessee, so we got a lot of UT fans. He had an interception in the UT game. Pay attention to whoever gets him, man. Y'all gonna get y'all gonna get a steal. Now the problem with him, what I've heard about him, is his attitude, right? He's a fiery, feisty guy. He tries to keep his head on straight. And that's the same thing. I mean, that's what happened to Jeff. I mean, but I feel like people that come to the Titans, they're okay. But so, yeah, man, I know Caleb, and I know I've been hearing discussions and stuff. Should the Titans get him? And you know, we've gotten lucky in the 2nd round. Players have dropped and fell in our laps, and it's like, hey,
Derrick Henry, perhaps.
Exactly. AJ Brown.
Right. I mean, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Right. Christian Fulton. I mean, we've been I think the Titans got more luck in them. I'm not saying this because I'm a Titans fan, but I think we're one of the luckiest teams to get like just value in the 2nd round. You're like, how the hell did I get this? And then just take it. So, but to be devil's advocate, it wouldn't surprise me if they draft him in the 2nd round. It wouldn't surprise me one damn bit, man. So
yeah. Understood, man. So a quick rundown of the picks here. So you have as far as positions, wide receiver. Okay, so I'll go spot for spot.
All right.
You have wide receiver. I got defensive tackle. Now you got the extra pick of defensive end. Okay, then you have a linebacker. I have a wide receiver. You have an offensive tackle. I have a tight end. You have a wide receiver. I have a linebacker. You have a safety. I have an offensive lineman. You have a corner. I have a safety. You have a tight end. I have a corner. I must be missing somebody. It's okay. I have a corner. I have a corner. You have a kicker, and then no, it's perfect. You have a running back. I have an offensive lineman. So we're all over the place. Now, last year we picked about 75% of the same positions in the same rounds. So that's interesting, man. That's interesting. Yep. That's interesting, man. So yeah, man. And of the off, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive players, 1 special teamer, and 4 defensive players. Okay, that's 5, crazy. 4, and 1. Okay, there's 5, 4. Hold on, let me make sure I'm counting this right. I said how many offensive players?
I think you said
5, right? Okay. Bateman, Brown from North Carolina, wide receiver, tight end Pat Frometh, whatever his name is, a running back Jared Patterson. Okay, 4 offensive players, and a kicker. Yep. And then you have 4 defensive players, and Basham, Xavier Collins, Richie Grant, and Kelvin Joseph. Okay, cool. 4, 4, and 1. So that's pretty even. Right. So for me, I have D tackle, corner, linebacker, safety, corner. I have 5 defensive players and 4 offensive players. So
got you.
So some similarities there.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, man. Yeah. So basically, we're saying we need help at on both sides of the football.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think with both of our drafts, we feel those needs that those holes that we need to plug.
Yep.
So it's more of depth, and then hopefully we get a starter. My biggest worry is, man, what we gonna do a receiver. So I'm holding my breath on this Julio Jones, and I think we'll do a whole nother show on that.
Yeah, we will.
Later on, to get in detail and depth with that. So
that's right. Well, see, that's another thing too. You and I both in the first 2 rounds have a defensive lineman and a wide receiver, just flip flop.
That's true. We did that last year.
You have exactly. You have a DN. I got a D tackle, but it still needs defensive line help at the end of the day. So we do see eye to eye in that regard. So yeah, man,
that's crazy. We did the same thing last year.
We did flip flop, corner and receiver. That's right. So, well, good stuff, man. Well, Jacques, bro, man, this was fun, dude. This is great. This is great, man. So, we'll definitely have a post-draft show. If we hit gold on something, y'all, we're gonna play the clip from this draft.
We surely
and be like, we told you. We try to tell you facts, no paper. We try to tell you. We know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, well, folks, listen, y'all, that ends the show, y'all. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to the show, watching the draft. We appreciate it. We're looking to do the post-game live. We're going to do a live show for the post-game, so I can't wait to do that. As well, again, we do have merchandise that you can buy, T-shirts, cups, socks, iPhone cases, you name it. Go to Teespring and check out Tennessee Titans Weekly. The link is at the bottom. Check it out when you get a chance.
Right, definitely. Like I tell you all the time, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell by the subscribe button. That way I'll let you know when we go live, when we post any content. And hey, when I say share it to your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your dog, your cat. Share it to everybody, man. Get us out there so we can, of course, get the subscriber out. We got a goal, man. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers at least by this summer, man. So share the video. I know we've been kind of lackluster, and we've been kind of life has hit us, you know what I mean? But hey, we back. You know what I mean? It's starting to pick back up, so we'll definitely start bringing more content. But hey, this was fun, Hawk. I love draft time, man. I love draft time.
I do too, man. That's where the teams get built. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as well too, if you want to contact us, you can email us at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com. As well, you can go to Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly and on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
So, folks, we will see you here very soon in the next few days for the post-draft show. We will talk to you later. Tighten up. And facts.
No paper.
Yes, sir.